inspiring partner.
Oh yeah.
Very cool. Well, I'm out of questions. If anybody else in the audience would like to chime in for the next few minutes, please feel free to and ask Vassi, Leo Carvajal, a question about DFC or Darkness Falls or anything that's on your mind. And again, we really appreciate you stopping by, and
Sure.
thanks for answering all the hard grilling questions.
There is actually one question I want to answer that I see in chat, or a specific part of the question. You asked me part of it. Why did the project end? I feel like I need to answer this one because obviously it was a huge bummer for people. We have a lot of work done, and these assets that you're looking at they're gorgeous. And we still have all that stuff. The primary reason it ended is because I'm a jackass, and the secondary reason is because when I first started working on Sierra, I was a developer by hobby. I'd been doing it freelance for many years at that point, but I wasn't actually a practicing developer in the sense that I was hired by an actual company. So when I started working on Sierra, I had all this creative energy and all this ability to research and channel that energy into what I wanted to do. And then as soon as 2 years into development, I became a software consultant, which I am today still. And if you don't know the difference, well, there's a lot of types of programmers, right? And being a consultant is a bit different than just being like a product programmer for a bank, right? Because when you work for a bank, for instance, there's a product and it's a known quantity. You always know what your product is, and you just kind of grind it out, basically. I'm not saying there's a challenge or that there's brainlessness involved with that. There isn't. It's a known quantity. When you're a consultant, every couple months you switch projects, and that means switching technologies, which means learning those technologies and constantly learning, which is something that I love to do. I'm a huge numbers guy. I like crunching things. I like learning things. That's what drove me to BGM and RM and DFC all the time, because I felt like I could get a handle on things and try to make improvements. Even if it ended up not working out, I liked to try, Anyway, so as a consultant, then a lot of my energy just got sapped because I have to constantly be learning. And so it became harder and harder to come back to the project. And then that stuff just kind of adds up, because then it gets harder and harder to come back and remember what you were doing. People get more and more disheartened. They get more and more angry, and then you get more and more not wanting to deal with it. And then, yeah, so, but totally my bad. I totally dropped that ball. But yeah, it's definitely not dead in my mind. It's definitely something that I will always want to finish. I stated multiple times on the Sierra forums that even if it took forever, I would finish the game, and that just has not changed.
Well, we do appreciate the insight. I'm sure it definitely helps, a lot of us to put the pieces together. But just know that we appreciate you, and that no matter what happens, you're still part of the community.
I appreciate that. I tend not to participate as much just because I don't know. I'm weird.
All right, so
but I'm always watching.
Always watching. Okay, Batman. So and then just to lighten it up a little bit, were there any skills, any ideas for new skills for DFC or DFC remake?
Oh man, I would like to see some more thought around being able to block people. What was it called? Was it block? It wasn't block.
Guard.
Guard. Yeah. Some more thought around guard. I like the idea of guard, but it was always broken. Like the inability to control what the hell you were doing when you were guarding. I think that would be crucial for especially for large scale realm PvP. So like if that skill could be beefed up a bit, so like you could reliably guard people or guard against specific things, that would be pretty cool, I think.
Very good stuff. Again, we really appreciate your time, and you're welcome to come by anytime as well. And thank you again for joining us.
Very cool. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Okay, folks. So that wraps up the Q&A with our guest Vassi, aka Leo Carbajal, or vice versa. Thanks for tuning in, and well, I'm gonna take about a 5-10 minute break, and we'll come back. We'll get Devilich online and Daleth if he's still around. Get some music on, hang out a little bit, talk some more mechanics, talk about development, talk about memories, anything you guys would like to talk about. And we'll continue with the evening. So quick re-art back, get some food, and I'll get back to your question, Johnny. Maybe we can have a discussion about that. And thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll be back in just a little bit. Hey everybody, I've returned. I will get our good friend Devlich on the line here, and we'll just hang out. And for the remainder of the evening, we'll just continue and kind of chat about all kinds of fun stuff, and you'll get to watch me do some more work on room description